صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من شر الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألف لام را. تلك آيات الكتاب المبين. إنا أنزلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون. نحن نقص عليك أحسن القصص بما أوحينا إليك هذا القرآن وإن كنت من قبله لمن الغافلين. إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت 11 كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. قال يا بني لا تقصص رؤياك على إخوتك فيكيدوا لك كيدا إن الشيطان للإنسان عدو مبين. وكذلك يجتبيك ربك ويعلمك من تأويل الأحاديث ويتم نعمته عليك وعلى آل يعقوب كما أتمها على أبويك من قبل إبراهيم وإسحاق إن ربك عليم حكيم. لقد كان في يوسف وإخوته آيات للسائلين. إذ قالوا ليوسف وأخوه أحب إلى أبينا منا ونحن عصبة إن أبانا لفي ضلال مبين. اقتلوا يوسف أو اطرحوه أرضا يخل لكم وجه أبيكم وتكونوا من بعده قوما صالحين. قال قائل منهم لا تقتلوا يوسف وألقوه في غيابة الجب يلتقطه بعض السيارة إن كنتم فاعلين. قالوا يا أبانا ما لك لا تأمنا على أرسله معنا غدا يرتع ويلعب وإنا له لحافظون قال إني ليحزنني أن تذهبوا به وأخاف أن يأكله الذئب وأنتم عنه غافلون قالوا لئن أكله الذئب ونحن عصبة إنا إذا لخاسرون صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. الثانية لحب الحسن والحسين. الثالثة لتعجيل فرج مولانا صاحب العصر والزمان.
لقضاء حوائجكم وتيسير أموركم أفلح من صلى على محمد وآل محمد. لا يصلحوا نستعين نقرأ زيارة الإمام الحسين عليه السلام. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعله الله آخر العهد مني لزيارتكم معا. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين ورحمة الله وبركاته. حشرنا الله مع الحسين وأنالنا شفاعة الحسين ببركة الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين بارئ الخلائق أجمعين، والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأولين والآخرين وأشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين المعروف في أعلى السماوات بأحمد، وعلى وجه الأرضين بأبي القاسم محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين الغر الميامين، ولا سيما حجة الله في الأراضين وقائم الهداة المهديين الحجة المهدي المنتظر، عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وأرواحنا لتراب مقدمه الفداء. قالت سيدتنا ومولاتنا عقيلة بني هاشم زينب الكبرى عليها السلام في قصر يزيد بالشام: فوالله لن تمحو ذكرنا ولن تميت وحينا. Our Lady Zainab al-Kubra, daughter of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, said in the palace of Yazid in Sham, by Allah, you shall never be able to remove our mentioning nor to kill our revelation. To hasten the holy appearance of Sahib al-Zaman alayhi salam and to be among his supporters and companions, please recite one loud salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Before 1,375 years, 1,375 years, Sayyidah Zainab al-Kubra alayhi salam gave this promise to Yazid and all the tyrants of the world: فَوَاللَّهِ لَن تَمْحُوا ذِكْرَنَا وَلَن تُمِيتُ وَحْيَنَا. By Allah, you shall never be able to remove our mentioning nor to kill our revelation. And today, in 2015, after 1,375 years, all the world can see that these words of Zainab al-Kubra alayhi salam are manifested in Iraq in the day of Arb3een. And they can see that this love and mentioning for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam is increasing day after day. And you can see that all the world's media and TVs are following and covering what they call it the world's biggest pilgrimage, or they call it the world's biggest human procession with more than 25 millions of people. And you can see all these millions and millions, old and young, men and women, and even children, walking on their feet towards one destination. And when you come and ask each and every one of them, what's brought you here? What's made you go through all this pain and walk all this distance? All of them will tell you Al-Husayn alayhi salam. They asked one little girl, only 5 years old, you walked all the way from Basra to Karbala. Do you know where is Basra? Do you know where is Basra? Basra is in South Iraq, 490 kilometers away from Karbala. You walked all the way from Basra to Karbala. Didn't your feet hurt you? She looked at them, smiled, and said, Fida al-Husayn. Fida al-Husayn means I want also to sacrifice for Husayn. Now today in Arb3een you will see the same words of Sayyidah Zainab alayhi salam are manifested in Iraq in the way of Mashaya, the walking visitors between Najaf and Karbala. The words of Sayyidah Zainab are manifested in these millions of lovers who by their walking are saying, فوالله لن تمحو ذكرنا ولن تميت وحينا. The same words of Sayyida Zainab alayhi salam. By Allah, you shall never be able to remove our mentioning nor to kill our revelation. And these days, before Arba'een, and even from the Shahada of Imam Hussein on the 10th of Muharram, are called Al-Ayyam al-Zainabi, these 40 days, marking the struggle and the strive of Sayyida Zainab alayhi salam to spread out the principles of the revolution of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. The most painful days for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, these 40 days. And today we are in the 40th day. Al-Arb3een means 40 days passed from the Shahada of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You can count it, 10th of Muharram till 20th of Safar. If you count them, 40 days. These were the most painful days for Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. It was the journey of the Sabaya of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. From Karbala to Damascus and then back to Karbala on the day of Arb3een, where they joined the heads with the bodies, the heads of the Shuhada with the bodies of Shuhada. The most painful journey, a journey of pains, suffering, torturing, humiliation and captivity. The most painful days for Ahlul Bayt. But when you come to our Shias nowadays and you ask them, what do you know about Al-Ayyam al-Zainabiyya? Or what are the calamities that Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam faced during this captivity? And why you can see some of them passed away very far in Ba'albak, northeast of Lebanon, or in Aleppo, near the borders with Turkey. And who are the members of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam who passed away during this captivity out of torturing and whipping? And when did they arrive to Damascus? And what are the areas they passed through? When you come to our Shias and ask them today about these Al-Ayyam al-Zainabiyya, you will be amazed that they will hesitate before answering. And then they will not have much to say. Although it's the most painful days for Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. They may tell you that we've heard of these information before, but we are not very sure of everything. You may know many of the important events in the life of our Imams, but we always have this uncertainty and some scattered ideas here and there. And the main reason of this, that this history of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam was not presented to us in a very simple and clear way. And that's why, inshallah, today we are going to present a very important period of history of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, the captivity of Ahlul Bayt. These 40 days, inshallah, we'll present them in a very simple, brief and clear way, inshallah, starting by one loud salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So this very important period of history, which is the 40 days, inshallah we'll discuss it with you first in only 3 minutes, in a very brief, simple and clear way, and inshallah then in the rest of the majlis we'll explain in details about the story of the Sabaya of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. So first, we have two main cities in this journey of captivity of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. We have Karbala in the south of Iraq, and we have Damascus in the south of Syria. They were taken from Karbala to Damascus and then back from Damascus to Karbala. And all this journey took 40 days. And these soldiers of Yazid were able to take them from a short way, very straight way, from the south of Iraq to the south of Syria in only 10 days. But according to the orders of Yazid, they wanted to torture Ahlul Bayt more and humiliate them more So they took them from the most distant way till they arrived to Damascus after 20 days. So they've doubled the distance. And after 20 days, when they arrived Damascus, what will be the date? After 20 days of Ashura, what will be the date? Brothers, sisters maybe no more. 1st of Safar, may Allah reward you, brother. May Allah reward you. 1st of Safar is the day when they entered to Damascus after 20 days. So inshallah, explain it in a very, very simple way. And for that, I'll use this new way, and I'll use this rectangle to symbolize the journey of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. As any rectangle, this rectangle have 4 angles. 2 of them are these 2 main cities that we said. Karbala here in the south of Iraq, and Damascus here in the south of Syria. And here we have another city in the north of Iraq called Mosul. And here in the north of Syria we have another city called Aleppo, Halab. So all the journey of Ahlul Bayt revolves around these 4 main cities. So these soldiers of Yazid, instead of taking them from here, Karbala, just straight to here to Damascus, they went first to the north of Iraq here to Mosul, this point, all this way up. Then from the north of Iraq and Mosul they came here to Aleppo, north of Syria. And then from here they came down to Damascus, south of Syria. All this distant way just to arrive to Damascus here, to make Ahlul Bayt suffer more and torture more. And they arrived here after 20 days. What was the date when they arrived to Damascus? 1st of Safar. But when Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam was released on the 8th of Safar, he didn't use all this long way again. Why to suffer more? He used this shortcut way from Damascus to Karbala. And he left here on the 8th of Safar and arrived here in Karbala, in which date? 20th of Safar, the day of Arb3een. MashaAllah, sisters, may Allah reward you. And he joined the heads of the Shuhada with the bodies. So in a very brief and simple, clear way, we've told you about the story of the captives of Ahlul Bayt in 40 days with 4 main cities. Inshallah, now we are going to explain the whole story with more details by one loud salawat ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. So in the day of Ashura, the 10th day of Muharram, after they killed the men and burnt the tents, they captivated all Ahlul Bayt. And that first night, the night of the 11th of Muharram, which is called Laylatul Wahsha, was the